Good morning, accelerators. It's Diane Spadola, and today is March 9th of 2021. I can't believe it's finally here. For months, I have been looking forward to the day when my friend Terry and I get to head off to the sunny Southwest, Arizona specifically. But we're going to go to New Mexico, we're going to go to California, and we're going to go to Texas, and we're doing it all in this beautiful RV. Yes, it is the longest trip we've ever taken, and actually potentially the most exciting, because we are headed to spring training to go see our beloved Cleveland Indians. I am so excited to see a real live baseball game. You have no idea. And even though it's going to be 4 or 5 really long days of driving, it doesn't matter, because at the end, there's baseball and popcorn and beer and sunshine and fun other fans just like us. So, welcome to Traction Tuesday. It is 10 a.m. and this video series is designed to help you gain traction in your business by giving you simple, easy relationship marketing tips to move you forward and accelerate your success. What I'd like to talk to you about today is something super important for small business entrepreneurs. First and foremost, it is the notion of putting out content. So back in the day, we used to advertise and people would come to us. They'd sort of make a determination about whether they needed our services or not. And then they would narrow down the choices based on maybe who had been in touch with them. Okay. But now we don't advertise. That's something that big companies do. And as a small business entrepreneur, the most that we can hope for is to create a connection with our customers, our prospects, our fans, our followers, and our family. And the way that we're going to create that connection is by giving them an opportunity to get to know, like, and trust us. And how do we do that? We do it with content. Now, what is content? It could be just about anything that shares your knowledge, your skills, and your expertise with the people that you think may be in a position to hire you in the future, or may know people that are in the position to hire you in the future. So we're going to talk about all kinds of different kinds of content, but we're only going to review one today. And today, what I want to talk to you about, I haven't had my coffee yet, can you tell? Is 9 easy steps. It's actually more like 8 easy peasy steps in order to be able to put a blog out there on a regular basis. For those of you who don't know what a blog is, it's just a regular piece of content. Could be an article, could be a tip sheet, could be an announcement, but it's something that typically would go on your website. And then what I do is I actually format a weekly newsletter out of my blog so that when it gets posted on my website, it also goes out in the email directly to my people's email inbox. So, first of all, the first step is that you need to get an email service provider. Okay, this is one of those fun little organizations that provides you with templates, stores your list, gives people an opportunity to unsubscribe, keeps track of all the analytics, and also keeps you from being in the spam internet jail. All right, so an email provider is somebody like MailChimp, Constant Contact. There are others. There's a ton. I like MailChimp because if you have a small list and you're not creating fancy video blog posts or things that demand a great deal of technology, their program is free. Even their least expensive program is less than $20 a month. So I recommend MailChimp. However, I was a Constant Contact user for years. And you'll see if you look at the very bottom of the newsletters that you receive that many of them will come from Constant Contact. So you have to sign up for an email service provider. You have to verify that you actually have an email address. You have to follow their rules, which basically means that you don't spam your customers. and they are responsible for getting you through the jungle of blockages, I guess you could call it, obstacles or challenges that sit between your email provider, like your Gmail, your AOL, sadly, hopefully none of you have that, and the incoming mail that you're about to receive. So it does the same thing for your customers. All right. So second step is you're going to write down a list of the frequently asked questions for your business. What are the most common things that you get asked about from somebody that may be considering hiring you for work? Or maybe it's just one of those things that you happen to be a lawyer or a doctor, and people are always coming to you with the questions such as, can I just ask you a question? All right, you're going to write all those down. I actually like to start off thinking about my frequently asked questions with the phrase, I am often asked about, and then finish that sentence. So once you have a list of 7 or 10 things, you're going to briefly, once a month, if you want to make it really easy on yourself, once a week, if you want to be really impressive, you're going to expand on each one of those frequently asked questions with a tiny little article. Okay, spoken in your own words. I find that it's really easy to dictate it into the phone, like so, and then turn that voicemail into a text document. You can write it in Word, you can format it in MailChimp, and what you're going to end up with is you're going to end up with a weekly series or monthly series, whichever, of frequently asked questions that your customers want answers to. Okay? So now we've taken care of getting an email provider. We wrote our list of frequently asked questions. We isolated one, and we're going to basically just go down the list and we're going to create a blog post for each one, which is just a written piece of material. And I would say you want to do a lot of fanfare when you post your first blog post, because this is kind of a celebratory thing. You want to shine your halo, congratulate yourself. Having a regular blog is going to put you on the internet map, and it's a big deal. So make some fanfare, announce it to your friends, send it out in an email, and make sure that you include the URL of whatever that blog is posted on, which would be the specific page of your website. Number 5, you're going to add at least one photo to your blog post. And the reason why is because photos tend to be eye-catching and scroll-stopping. I get my photos from a company called Deposit Photos, spelled exactly the way it sounds, or you can get free stock photos from a company called unsplash.com. Basically, you size it for whatever is appropriate. They tend to be done in, I would get small sizes as opposed to large sizes, so that your photo is not so many pixels that your email service provider like MailChimp can't handle it. You can put boxes around it. You put captions on it. I do all of that sort of stuff in a program called Canva, which is really easy. It's graphic design for non-graphic designers. Okay. So that's number 5. Add your photo. Number 6, I totally numbered these wrong. You want to send a test mail to yourself. Okay. So most of the email service programs allow you to just click one button and put in an email address, and then you can send a test email. And then what happens is you go to your email inbox, you look for that test email, and you can proofread that email and sort of see whether it looks right to you. You can also check for typos. Once you've corrected all the things that you don't think are just so, and let me tell you, don't get too picky about this. Yes, you want to correct misspellings, and you want to correct grammatical errors, and you want to correct if the head of the person in the photo is cut off. But what you don't want to do is get into kind of revision paralysis. That's the dog, my co-pilot. You don't want to get into revision paralysis, making it better and better and better, preventing you from pushing the send button. Okay? The ultimate goal is that you're actually going to send it, because a blog post does no good if it's either on your paper or in your head. It only can serve its useful purpose of providing legitimate expertise and content to your customers when it's out there in the internet world. So, revise after you proofread it, then you're going to push publish. All right? And I skipped a step because I put them down and not in correct numerical order. One of the things, but you can do it anytime in the process. You're going to block your calendar for some time so that you can do this every month forever and ever and ever. Now, why do we do that? Because putting content into the environment as a small business entrepreneur is not a quick fix. It's not a magic bullet. It doesn't cause it to rain from the money tree. It is what we call the long game. So you're going to play the long game, similar to playing in the stock market. You're not going to worry about little bumps along the way. You're going to be in it for the long haul. And the most important thing is that you be consistent. As for me, I have a weekly newsletter that I send out. It takes a lot to do it weekly, so think about that before you make the commitment. You could even do it every other week, which would get you twice as much traction as once a month, but is not nearly as full of commitment as a weekly newsletter. Step number 9 is you're going to connect and hit publish. Okay? So now you have it. The 9, might have been 8. I'm not really sure. It's early in the morning and I'm in Iowa and I'm a little off my game. So next week, what I want to do is I want to talk to you all about who you're mailing this to. Because if you don't have a list, you need to start thinking about getting one. But for now, if you put up a frequently asked question once a month on your website and then point people to it when they ask you questions about your business, I guarantee you your number of followers, prospects, and friends will not only increase, but you will feel a deeper connection because you'll be having conversations about those frequently asked questions. So let's just run down the announcements for today. First of all, most all of my content, including these videos, as well as the weekly newsletter, get posted on my free online classroom, which is known as Accelerate Your Success. You can find it under groups on Facebook. Today is Taco Tuesday, which basically means that there's a post in that Facebook group asking you to share the resources, software, applications, anything else, tools that you use that you can't live without. Things that you'd want to share with other people. Somebody that asked you, do you have a good tool that does this? Do you have a good tool that does that? This is the sort of thing that we ask for you to post on Tuesdays underneath the little taco banner. And then every 6 months, we assemble all of those tools, apps, and resources into a guide, which you can download for free in the files section of the same Facebook group. It's our little gift to you, but it's things that you think are fantastic. It's not what we think is fantastic, it's what you think is fantastic, because we aim to please. Taco Tuesday, this video series appears every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, for the next 3 weeks, I will be on the road and you are going to see me in all kinds of different places. Hopefully, I'll be able to get one of these with a cactus in the background. Past episodes of Traction Tuesday, as well as the previous video blog, known as Thursday Afternoon Tune-Up, are on my website. And actually going to change this / and it's just going to be video blog, not Thursday afternoon. Now that we have Thursday afternoons and Tuesday Traction, I had to change the name of the page. If you want to connect with me, all you got to do is go to one of these places along the bottom. I am Diane Hooks-Spadola on Facebook. I am Diane Spadola on LinkedIn. I am Diane Accelerates on Instagram. At any of these places, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter, which is called Weekly Traction Tips, and you can get that delivered to your inbox once a week, usually on a Tuesday and sometimes on a Wednesday. Past issues of that newsletter can be found on my blog page at accelerate.your-success-program.com/blog. And last but not least, I hope you have a fabulous week. If you're traveling, be safe. If you're home, stay in. Don't forget to wear your mask and wash your hands, and I'll see you in the Facebook group.